This online learning support is covering Microsoft Whiteboard. It is a goal to help you incorporate Whiteboard into your teaching strategy, offering your students an engaging and organized learning experience. Before moving on, let's be rational here and talk about consistency in user experience. By adopting Microsoft Whiteboard across the board, we ensure that both faculty and students have a uniform and consistent experience. This reduces the learning curve and potential confusion, allowing students to focus on their coursework rather than navigating different platforms. When considering the consistency of user experience, let's take a look at the operations of Microsoft Whiteboard. Click on the Start button in the bottom left corner of your screen and click. In a search bar that appears, you want to type Microsoft Whiteboard, and mine showed up here. Don't open it from here if it does show up for you. What you want to do is do a right click on your touchpad or your mouse. Remember, that side is always the operational side, and you want to click it and get a drop down, and you want to choose Pin to Taskbar, and that's going to place it down here so it's easily accessible for you, so you don't have to go through the process of finding it back through your Start menu here. So we're going to go ahead and close that, and we're going to go ahead and choose Start. If prompted, sign in with your institutional Microsoft 365 account, the same way you use for other Microsoft services like Teams or Outlook. Once you've completed the sign-in process, you'll be taken to the Microsoft Whiteboard homepage. After signing in, click a new whiteboard to create a new board, or select an existing whiteboard from your recent files. I'm going to go ahead and click on a new whiteboard. By opening up the new whiteboard canvas, the many templates may show up first. Microsoft Whiteboard comes with a variety of pre-designed templates for your use. These templates save time and provide a structured way to organize your content. For college faculty, the most important templates in Microsoft Whiteboard would be those that align with common teaching, planning, and collaboration needs. Here are some of the key templates that would likely be most useful. Brainstorming. This template helps teams generate and organize ideas visually. It includes areas for mind mapping, sticky notes, and cluster thoughts, making it ideal for collaboration, idea generation. Problem solving focuses on breaking down problems into steps or components. It includes sections for identifying challenges, brainstorming solutions, and outlining potential actions. Design and research, used for project planning and development. This template assists in organizing design ideas, research findings, and user feedback. It helps structure the design thinking process. Let's go down to learning. Structure to enhance educational activities. This template supports lesson planning, knowledge mapping, and interactive learning sessions. It makes it easier to guide students through new material. You can check out the design of each one of these different templates by moving over and doing the preview, or you can actually click on Use the Template. Let's go ahead and do a preview here. So I'm going to go ahead and preview this one, and I also can slide through and look at the different options this template provides. And once you find one, you can just basically click on it and use template, and it will activate, and you can move it around wherever you want on your canvas. And once you click it and let go of it, it will automatically enlarge. You'll want to take the time to look at all of the different templates and their operations and find one suitable for what it is that you plan on teaching. So if you choose not to use any of the templates, you can also go ahead and close that out, and it will take you to a blank canvas. At the blank canvas, you're going to find two tools available for your use. Your first set of tools is what I call your operational tools. We'll talk a little bit more about these tools as I move forward in this tutorial. Your second set of tools are what I'm terming as your preparation tools. This is where you will begin to prepare for your classes, and it begins with the three little dots found in the toolbar at the lower right corner. Let's go ahead and click that open to look at the tools for preparation. To activate the tools for preparation, you want to go down to the bottom right corner of the toolbar here and click it, and you get a pop-up, and you can see all of the tools available. There are 6 of them. This is the template tool, and I covered that one, so that's the different templates that we can choose. Again, you can go through and find one that you would like to use, or back at the blank screen, you can go to the preparation tools and choose images. You have the option of an image from your hard drive or from Bing. Let's go ahead and try an image from our hard drive. And there's the image of my granddaughter roping. Now this might relate to something that you're teaching that you choose to put up there, and you want the students to respond to it using their toolbar down here also, okay? So we can go ahead and click that. Let's go back to the preparation tools. Let's say you want to get an image from Bing. So you can go here and click Bing. And let's try a Mimi, flying cows. Let's see what comes up. Okay, let's say we want to choose this. So we're going to go ahead and click it and insert. And you can see we can move it wherever we want. Here's the hand tools. Like I said, I'll show you how to operate these as we go along with this video. And I can grab it and move it around here. I can also move these wherever I choose. And I can scroll in by putting my hand on the touchpad and expanding it. Or if you're using a mouse, you can use the scroller to enlarge or make it smaller, okay? I'm going to go ahead and delete that out of there. We can delete it. Let's go back to the other tools. We can insert a document from our drive. It just shows a PDF, which was kind of interesting when you upload a PDF. And go ahead and open it up. It's going to include all of the pages. So this PDF happens to have 3 pages to it. So we can just go ahead and choose one page. Let's say we just want one, or we can select all of them. In this case, let's just select this page here, and we're going to go, here's the option to select all to insert one of 3, and there it is right there. So that might be something you want the students to read, so you can enlarge it or make it smaller. And you can ask them again to take out a sticky note to respond to any of these things as you go along here. And we'll do that a little bit later. I'll show you more of these tools here. Okay, let's go back to our operational tools here. Another one from online document. And I'm not for sure about this, but let's see what it does. Oh, these are PowerPoint presentations that came up. And again, I think it's going to include all of the slides. Let's see what it does. Insert. And there it is. We can delete that. Let's go back and see what else we can do. I'm not for sure what this loop is. You might want to play with that. Videos. It's another one. It looks like to me you have to get the URL for that. So let's try that. I'm going to open up my personal account here. Open it up here, and let's see. I have some videos in my YouTube channel. Now you can find certain videos related to the content that you're teaching that you would want to bring up and have the students watch or play. I'm going to go ahead and do my videos. Find something here to see how it uploads it. And let's say it's this one I want to upload, so I clicked it. Copy the URL over here. And let's minimize that. And let's go back to our videos here. And let's do a Control V. And choose Insert, so you can see it came up there. And you can see it put it in. And let's say we want to get rid of these other things, so you can activate them and click delete. Let's delete that one. Let's say it's just the video you want your students to respond to. And that should click and it will play. Let's see what it does. This Google Classroom. Okay, we're going to stop it. There again, you can have the students respond there, or you can undo. Let's try the undo. And you can see it's bringing a lot of the things back that I previously had there. Or we can redo. You want to show your students how to navigate too, because the whiteboard canvas is infinite, meaning you can go all over and goes on and on forever the more things that you add here. But by touching the pen here on the space bar, you can also move. Also, on the right side of your touchpad, that's your operational side. The same with the mouse on the right side of your mouse, that's always the operational side. You can expand your finger on the touchpad to make it bigger or smaller. Or you can scroll the wheel on your mouse to make it bigger or smaller. Those are things that you'd want to show your student or tell your students how to do and play with. I actually had my students play with it, and I just showed them all the tools, and I said, just play with it and see what all you can do with this. Let's go back to our preparation tools. So we did videos. Let's try a link. And so again, it looks like we need to find a hyperlink to put in there. Let me pull back my personal drive here, and let's just put alternative education. Let's see if we can find an article or something that can come up related to that. Here's alternative schooling. I don't know what it's about, but let's go ahead and let's copy this link. Copy. And let's go back to our whiteboard in our preparation. We're going to go ahead and drop our cursor in there where it says insert link, and I'm going to do a Control V and insert. There it is. So we can tell our students to follow this link. Whoops, brought the link open right away, didn't it? Let's go ahead and close it down here. Go back to our whiteboard. Enlarge it. Alternative Schooling, National Dropout Prevention Center. We tell our students to go here and read this and respond by a sticky note or maybe a text box. Let's go ahead and click it and see it took us to that particular article that was hyperlinked in from the internet. Okay, let's close it down. And let's go back. I think we covered all of our tools here. Now, let's say this is from the students, or you can add remarks here. I guess this might be something more that the students could do. Another thing that I wanted to show you was actually another whiteboard that I was playing with. So I'm going to go ahead and name this. So you can see up here in the upper left corner, you can drop it down and name it. And so I'm going to call this practice 2, right? And click the check marks. And you can see it says practice 2 now. Now we're going to go back to our home page. And you can see that it added it, practice 2 here. We can also delete it if we want. We can rename or delete it. Let's just keep that for now, okay? Okay, this is what I wanted to show you that I was playing with, and it was for math instruction. Sometimes I feel like I leave the math teachers out. Let me delete this here. I went ahead and found math worksheets that, and you may have some already, those of you that already teach math. And you could open this up, and you could actually show your students the operations to certain problems here by maybe using your stylus pen. So you want to go down and choose the pen option. And again, you pop it up, and you can manage the thickness and so on of it by using the slide bar here. And let's say you wanted to show them how to this operation for this particular problem here. And let's just say 23 plus 14 equals 737, and that is the answer to this right here. Again, we could use the arrow key, pop it open, and let's say it's this one, and point to it there. Okay, let's go ahead and delete this out. One of the things I want to talk about too that I think is important about this is that sometimes when we do certain things, upload certain objects or whatever, we don't want the students to be able to move them around. So if I right click on this, I can get the option to unlock. Now this one was already locked in, so now you see it's unlocked, so the students on the far end would be able to move this, and we don't want that. So we can go back to it again and go to the three dots over here and choose lock. You'd probably want to create a worksheet for every student. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and you can see I already created some of them, but I'll show you how I did that. I went ahead and I activated the one that I wanted to lock in place here, and let me zoom in, and here's our options here. And so here's the copy. So I go ahead and copy it and drop my cursor somewhere where I want it, and I'm going to go ahead and choose paste. Now you can size it as big and small as you want for students, but you might want to line it up like I did for each of the students to be able to work their own problem. To answer the problem, since a lot of them don't have stylus, you might want to tell them to take out a text box. And before I do that, let me go ahead and make this larger for this particular student to work on this problem here. So they're going to take out a text box here, and they can go ahead and set it wherever it is. And let's say the answer to this one is 56. Again, they can make it as big and small as they want, and then they can move it around wherever also. So hopefully that's something that you as math teachers can do. Now, I'm going to attempt to do something here, so I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I'm going to see if we can open two windows of Classroom and actually show how to do these things. So what I learned about the share here is you can go up into the upper right corner, click share, and the only options that I'm seeing here is when you go down to the link settings, is that you get three options here. And this is people within a university. Share with people in Sintiglesh University organization account. So that means just for students that have their account, their SGU account will be able to gain access into the whiteboard. And then there's another one that says only people, reshare with people in your organization who already have access. It was rather confusing of what really I could do or not, but let's go ahead and try it. So let's do apply, and let's copy the link here. Now I'm going to try to move up above here, and you're going to see two screens, me as a student and me as the instructor. So let me see if I can move my screen up for that. Now let's go up to our Google Meet here. Okay, so this can be kind of confusing here because on the left side here, that is me as the teacher. And on the right side over here, that's me as the student. Now I had to sign in using my SGU account. I tried to sign in as my personal Google account, but it wouldn't because I'm not part of the organization, so it wouldn't allow me that. So that's why you're seeing it looks like two of the screens are the same here. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and I copied that video, that link from my whiteboard, and I'm going to paste it in, and let's see if it will work here, and send it. So I'll get notification over here as the student that the teacher has sent a link over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it and see if it will take me in. And you can see it's taken me into the whiteboard there. So what I'm seeing, now let me see if I can pull up the teacher's whiteboard over here so we can see what that looks like. Why that's not going away. Let me enlarge that a little bit. There we go. So the share was on still. Okay, so this side's the teacher and this side's the student. So if you notice the student side over here, that's Art Fisher, and then this other side here is the student. So you can see over here is the teacher. I'm moving around there and it's in orange. And on this side, it's the student moving around here. And let me see if I can move this with the tools over here from the student. And you can see that as a student, I'm enlarging it and moving it around here. And I'm doing that by using the same tools as the teacher did down below here. These are all the organized operational tools, I guess is what I called it over here. So as a student, they can respond here. And as a student, I'm going to take out a text box and see if I can answer this equation here. And go ahead and drop it. And let's say it's 67. And you can see on my side, you can see as from the teacher's side here that that student is actually putting in the answer for that particular problem there, right? There's the teacher's side over here. And so me as a teacher, I can click on that, and I can actually enlarge their response. But I can also go down to here and put in a note, a comment, right next to this, and I can say, nice work. Okay, and send it off to that student. And you can see, you barely see it over there, but there is the response right here. And the student can pop that open and view what I said, nice work. And then I can respond back, thank you. And go ahead and send it. Kind of what's bad there is just really small, you know, in this case. But there again, the student can enlarge, and so can you on the teacher's end. So the student's enlarging, but the teacher's not seeing them enlarge on that end. But I can also enlarge. Now you can see that I got the response back, thank you. And I can go ahead and close that down. Let's try that as the teacher over here giving instructions. Let me grab the hand here and kind of move around here. And they can minimize over here. And let me get my stylus on this side going as the teacher here. And I'm going to choose the ink here. And this one here. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because I thought it was a little bit fat last time I did it, okay? So let's go ahead. Ooh, I can't do that because I'm not on a touch screen over here. But anyway, like I did earlier, if you used your stylus, you could write the equation over here and show them how to operate it, and then let them go on the far end on a piece of paper and work that operation and record their answer here on the worksheet. Some of the other things that you can do also, let me go back and pull up a different one. And I don't know if that will happen. Let's go ahead. Let's go back here and see what happens on the student's end. When do I have to share again, I wonder. Let's go back to this. It looks like to me that I would have to share that on the student's end again. So let's go ahead and drop that down. So we're back in the meeting. So as the teacher here, let me enlarge that. And I'm going to go back to the share here. And let's just try copy. All right, copy link. Let's pull that back over to the side. So I believe this is the teacher side over here, and this is the student side over here. And so I opened up a new canvas, whiteboard canvas. I'm going to paste it in and send it out. And so that student's going to click it, and it appears that it's going to work. Let me close this out over here. And so the new canvas is going to show for that student. And they can scroll down and look at it, okay? All right, let me come back as the teacher at the whiteboard on this side. And go ahead and pull it up to the side here. And then let me pull it up. The teacher, you can see me navigating on the student side as the teacher in orange. Okay, I can ask the student to view this video. So let's go ahead and view it and get out of it.
This Google Classroom online learning support is...
And then we can ask them to respond over here. Okay, so please respond to the video by taking out a sticky note. Then go ahead and there's the option of there what color they would like. Put their response here. Now watch what happens with the response. This is good. Alright, so notice over here that you can see that the teacher has responded to it. And you can see over here that the teacher is now hovering over and looking at your work. The teacher on this end can add a comment there or emoji. Let's do an emoji. And let's put it here. And you can see the student received it on this end also. Can the student send the emoji to the teacher? Question mark. And then you could put it on the video there, and you can see the question mark was laid down here. The students can also take a text box and they can respond. My response is, okay, and they can enlarge it and make it as big as they want, and you can see over here that it showed up for on the teacher's side also. Okay. Also, the student can also do the marker, the pens here, and say, I'm not sure about this. And go put an arrow and say, I'm not sure about this here. Can you explain it a little bit better for me? Let's see if the student can go to this hyperlink here. Let's go ahead and choose that. Yeah. Okay, so you sent them off to read this again. And then once they're done, they can come back to the whiteboard, take out a text, and respond one way or another about that. Let me move this over. This is interesting. Oops, spelled interesting wrong, but you got my idea. So you can see that over here. Oh, I've still got the emojis up. You can undo over there, and the students can undo also on their side. So watch that. It's going to go away over here after that student chooses the undo. Okay. Let's see if the students can do any of these. Let's ask them at the beginning of the class to upload an image of how they're feeling today. And they might want to choose a Bing image. Mimi, I'm tired. A lot of my students said they were tired last night when I had them do this. Okay. I like to feel I'm ready. I feel like I'm already tired tomorrow. Insert. So that student inserted that. And you can see it showing up on the teacher side over here. There again, you notice that I locked this video so they can't move it around over here. I know that this seemed like a really long video. Through experience, you're going to gain more, become better at it. And so are your students. And I think it's important for all of us to be consistent with the types of whiteboard that we use. And it appears since the institution has the 365 Microsoft accounts, that's probably what we should be using. This online learning support covered Microsoft Whiteboard. For further assistance, visit the SGO website and fill out a tech request ticket, and I'll be pleased to help you in any way that I can.